Hey guys, what's going on? So today I am going to be spending some rubies and also detailing how I'm going to be spending the rest because we do have this cool little event going on. We had this ruby spending event once before. The rewards were a little bit different. Sadly, I don't think they're as good as they were before, because I remember at the end when you get the 50,000 there was an NPC weapon, so you could get Gladys' unique weapon or Maze if you really wanted. But now we just got some unique weapon tickets, so well, they're not as hard to get as NPCs. Since I have saved up 30,000 rubies, I probably am going to go for the unique weapon selector there at the 30k mark. You do get 2 unique weapon selectors at 50,000, so some people might say, you know, that's about as good as 1 NPC unique weapon. Regardless, I'm not as tempted to go full force with the 50,000 this time around, especially since I have drifted definitely into the free-to-play realm. Once I have such a low amount of rubies, I may get the monthly thing again, but we'll have to see for that. So firstly, something I've been wanting to do for a while, and something I already kind of started with, was expanding my inventory. I got it to 520. So, probably should have waited if I knew this event was coming as soon as it was, but, you know, whatever. Things happen. So we're going to go ahead and max that out up to 800. I think that's a very, very good use of rubies. It makes everything just so much more convenient. You don't have to always, like, think about your slots and making sure you have enough space to do anything. You just run for a while and then you can just be like empty like 300 gears that you farmed from like 7-4 or wherever you're going, and it's all good. So I'll be back. Actually, there's not much point of saying I'll be back because we're all actually almost done. We're spending like, I don't know, almost 10k rubies right here. So yeah, it's maxed out now. Inventory slots are full. That's cool, and we get some rubies back. 560. So let's go check out the event now. We're up to 9450, so I'm actually only gonna be spending so much right now. But the inventory expansion was something I wanted to do anyway, so that was completely fine. Now the way I'm going to spend the rest of the rubies though is a little bit different. If you noticed, I had 700 rubies spent when the video started, and that was from upper dungeon runs while using a loot booster and the new loot boosting system together, because I wanted to spend some rubies. So I'll probably be doing that for the next 10 days since I have like 10 loot boosters. I'm not really doing the loot boosting method, even though I know it is a lot more efficient. Most days I just can't stay up that late, so maybe I'll do that like during the weekend and then continue on with it. So these are the rewards we got there. We can also spend a little time in the forge seeing if we have any gear that we may want to swap a substat on. I think Philip's good. Well, we have a pretty good wizard hat here with just max HP there, so we're going to try this just once. And we got CC resistance set. I think I'd rather have max HP. Here would be a good arena ring. Let's go ahead and try and change penetration. It is like the lowest possible ranking there at 60 out of 110. It's not really ranking, but you know what I mean. And we get crit damage. That makes a perfect ring. Holy crap. I don't think I've ever gotten that lucky before. Cool. Well, a perfect DPS ring anyway. The substats are extremely low, 65 attack speed. Thankfully we didn't get complete bare minimum crit damage, so it's going to be expensive to max out those substats, but that's pretty cool. I don't know why I have these earrings locked. That's so weird. Why did I lock those earrings? I've also been thinking about going for a Manticore set, actually. Is that, or the Beast of Chaos, whatever it's called, the set. Does anyone know if this set bonus works on like world boss as well? It says bosses, so I can imagine it should work on like world boss, of course guild raid as well, and maybe even dragons, because those all seem like bosses, but what actually is a boss in this game? Well, I don't currently have any good enough to switch any substats on, so I guess we're actually done with that. I'd probably go for a costume or two, but there's none on discount right now, so I would rather wait for that. There's a summoning event going on, but again, I actually prefer the 2x chance on new heroes when the next hero batch comes out, so I think I'd rather wait for that to use my summoning tickets. I probably would just like someone with rubies, just to use rubies for the sake of using rubies and get that like reward at 5 summons or something. But you're forced to use your summoning tickets first, I guess. That's something I think they should change. Actually, this isn't a very good idea because soon they're going to be having this change with mileage, where everything you buy out of the special shop gives you mileage, as long as you buy it with rubies. I guess that won't count for inventory expansion, thankfully, because I just did that. That was a lot of rubies. But I was thinking about going into the special shop, seeing what they have on offer, but really should actually wait, because I think the event will actually still be going on when the patch drops. So, because the patch should drop next Thursday, it would be their typical, you know, routine. And the event goes until the 11th, so I would recommend waiting, holding off with your rubies, because I can think about buying some stamina potions. You know, you can never have too many stamina potions. Buy some 1 hour gold boosters or whatever. You know, whatever. There's some stuff in there, but definitely you should wait. So this video kind of got wrecked already, but I guess it could serve at least as just a general reminder that you should wait, because I just now thought of this, and if I hadn't thought of that just now, then I probably would have gone and bought something. There's no way I've only used 5 stamina today. How do you even use 5 stamina? Well, I mean, I haven't used any. I was just doing my daily stuff. With the special summoning event, though, it doesn't matter because you get mileage from summoning anyway. I don't think it'll be more after the patch, but who knows. I would just hold off using any rubies in the special shop until that patch drops. But yeah, that was my plan anyway. It still is my plan. So I maxed out the inventory. That cost about 9k, and I'll be spending, I guess, around 700 rubies per day on fragment runs. So that'll be another 7k. And then when the patch drops, hopefully before this event ends, it should be. But when that drops, I'll buy a few costumes if there are any on sale at that time after the patch drops. They're always having those sales on costumes and stuff, so I might get a couple of those, the ones I like. Was thinking about getting Kaula or Miruru for World Boss 2. Miruru, I think, would only really be good for World Boss 2, but Kaula would be good for both. And I'm currently using Elias as my World Boss 2 healer, along with Mediana, so I think Kaula would do a lot better there. I don't know, he's like the only healer I don't have besides Refi. I wonder why that is. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for today. I was expecting a little bit more oomph, besides expanding my inventory and reforging a couple gears. But there's not too much to spend rubies on right now, as I'm not sure I want to buy a new hero until I see the new 3 coming. I'm sure most people already know about that. There was like a conference in Korea, and the 3 next heroes were shown off. They look pretty damn cool. So I'm kind of hoarding resources for now, waiting until that drops. But yeah, we can talk a little bit about the event. So maybe I'll make that more of the focus. The main question everyone might be thinking is it worth it? I would say it definitely is worth it if you have a plan for your rubies, rather than, like, if you're just gonna spend them just for the sake of spending them and getting the like 3 unique weapon selectors and the 1 random. I don't know if I would say it's worth it. Like, if you actually have to buy the rubies and like spend $300 or $400 or whatever to get the rubies, and then just like do special summons or whatever. So if you're not like a huge whale, I would say no, it wouldn't really be worth it. I mean, you would get some mileage back, and maybe all those rubies would equate to another selector, depending on where you spend them. I know the later game players hold selectors to a very high value, and it should be like that because, you know, that's the only way to really get stronger at in-game. You know, you've got your perfect gear, 5-star, perfect substats, maybe even perfect enchant options. How do you go further? Upgrading your unique weapon. So if you've been saving for a while and you have already, like, I don't know, 40k or something, and you just need that last 10k to get those 2 selectors, then yes, I would say go for it. 2 selectors can potentially be nothing, but they can also change the entire game for you. While we're here though, in the event tab, we can talk about this new event. There's actually not too much to say here. It's another somewhat disappointing event, but it's not really an event, I guess. You know, they just have these things with free rewards. It's all cool. You don't have to do anything. You just spend 500 stamina, which you should be doing anyway, because, you know, you get a lot back here when you spend 500 and also gold. So the only thing you really have to do is remember to check it once you've spent 500 stamina. You get infinity fragments to eventually make an infinity stone, and also I believe 100 rubies, was it? It says you can receive a present from Luna at the full moon. I believe it was 100 rubies. So 700 rubies and almost a craftable infinity stone. Hey, it's cool. Yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this all over the place video, sort of. I do still plan to finish the event up to 30k, even though I would like to save some rubies for like future heroes and stuff, but I guess I can get them back. Who knows when those new heroes are coming. It did take quite a long time to save them up though, so, well, hopefully, you know, I mean, there's also an artifact ticket in there, random unique weapon, who knows what that could be, and then a selector. Maybe I can get Nitra's up to 4-star, that would be cool. Probably not, but yeah, that's how it is. So anyway, make sure to leave your thoughts about this event and the video in general in the comments down below. Leaving a like if you happen to enjoy would also be greatly appreciated. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.